welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I wanted to share with you guys how I have set up my goals for 2021. Just to restart my life, during this pandemic and also while we're in lockdown. So the first one is getting my fitness in order. I feel like with the lockdown, I have been obviously eating for comforts. I've been cooking home meals, hot meals at home. And I have noticed that my waist has sort of like, gotten a little bit bigger. So my focus this year, not only do I want to focus in sort of like losing, weight or losing that waistline that I'm talking about, but I know if I'm fitter, it means that my mind will be sharp. Also, I can sort of like survive this hardship. So that's my first, like on top of the list. I want to focus on my fitness, work on my mentality, work on myself as a whole, so that I can, obviously, as a mom of two, I need to make sure that I'm healthy for my kids. I need to make sure that I can support both my family while I'm continuing to do my work. So it's very important that I work on my fitness. Goal number 2 for me, I've decided I need to start managing my time better. Right. For the past year or so, I haven't really been putting enough effort on my YouTube channel because my focus has been on working on my blog and also my social media like Instagram, making sure that, those two are in working order and they are where I want them to be. So from last year when I started doing Vlogmas, I took a decision that after Vlogmas, I am going to continue working on my YouTube channel because I really need to see growth. That's the one thing I knew I will be able to do while I'm in lockdown. So for those who are here on YouTube with channels, they know how much work of it is, especially if you've got another full-time job. So for me, it was a matter of having a schedule to say, okay, these are the days you're going to be shooting and editing your content, and these are the days you're going to be focusing on family, and these are the days or times you're going to be working on something else. So that was my goal number 2, to really set time and manage my time in terms of the things that I'm doing, so that I do not waste time on things that I don't really need to do and not achieve anything by end of this, obviously, lockdown or this pandemic. So goal number 3, after deciding to obviously work on my YouTube channel, I had to establish a good working home balance, because like I've said, I still got my full-time job and also I do my blogging and my YouTube on the side. So I can come back from work very tired, but if on my calendar it says I need to shoot a video, that's what I need to do. If it means I have to spend time with the kids, that's what I need to do. It's been a very tricky situation, but I've just about managed to sort of like work that balance. It is hard work, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm one of those people that believe if you put if you put something into your mind, you can actually achieve it. So that was goal number 3 for me. And goal number 5 really was to finish the work in the house, finish styling the house, finish doing every single thing that I've put it down that I needed the house. The biggest job obviously being the kitchen, which I had to add more into my savings to make sure that the dates that I've put down that I want my new kitchen to be done is the dates that's going to obviously to happen. There's a lot of work. Some of you guys have seen in my other videos. It is slowly because of the lockdown. We had to keep starting and stopping, but the goal is to, by end of 2021, I need the house done and ready, because I just feel like I'm going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. Some of the stuff, yes, it was to my doings, but a lot of it has been caused by this lockdown and this pandemic, because obviously if we're in lockdown, some people can't work and it's been difficult to find people to come and do the work. So that's goal number 4 for me. Goal number 5, it's the one which I've touched on earlier with the first one, the fitness, but this one is more about my mental health. I'm not the type of person that suffers from anxiety. I know a lot of people do, and kudos to them, for obviously being able to wake up every day and get on with life. But this pandemic has really played havoc with my mental health. I don't really stress a lot. As my motto in life is, if you can't solve it at a time, no use stressing about it. So basically, if there is a solution, then I'll work on the solution. If there is no solution or it's out of my control, then I can't do anything about it. So that's the mentality that I had with this, obviously, with this lockdown and this pandemic. But towards the end of the year, I could see that it was really getting into me. I felt like, my mental health was being disturbed at some way. So my goal for this year has been to reset my mental health. And even though I know this pandemic is going to go when it decides to go, or when a cure is found, or whatever the reason, but I needed to make sure that mentally I'm prepared, mentally I'm able to wake up every day and do what I need to do without really overthinking about the pandemic, or without really, worrying a lot. So that is goal number 5. So now you know what my goals are for 2021. I'm also going to share 5 ways or 5 tips how you can actually set your own goals for 2021 while there's still this pandemic going, and there's still some people are still in lockdown. So these 5 tips are going to help you to kickstart your plan and make sure that you're focusing on your 5 goals. Important that you set your goals on day-to-day basis, because obviously, as I've said, this year is very unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen, so you don't want to be planning something that you might have to be doing in 4 months or in 3 months. So it's good to set smaller goals that you can do on day-to-day basis. But also, when you're bringing in change into your life while you're in lockdown or while this is going on, bring change that is better for yourself, which will work towards achieving that bigger goal that you have in mind when that time comes. Take for an instance, if you still got a job, I know a lot of people have lost their jobs during this time. It's been hard for everyone, but if you're still one of those people that still got their jobs, and you've been, let's say, saving 10% of your salary towards working on your big goals, maybe this year it's time that you up that 10% to maybe 15 or 20%, so that at least you're not spending any money anyway, you're not going out, you're not traveling. So it should be easy to up that saving, so that when the time comes to work on your bigger goal, then you've got a little bit on your savings which you can use towards your goal. So the 3rd tip I'm going to give you is to rethink your plans for the future, and always think outside the box. Nobody saw this pandemic coming, and obviously we can't really blame anybody for it getting worse. Obviously, yes, things have happened. Yes, at the beginning, we all know that who we were blaming. But in terms of your life, you got to rethink the future. Like, how would you do things differently should you be in the similar position? Rethink for the future, things that might affect you in a good way or in a bad way going forward when you're working on your goals going forward. And tip number 4, I'm going to say you need to set realistic and achievable goals. We all know we're in the middle of pandemic. I'm sorry I have to keep repeating the pandemic word, but this video is inspired by setting your goals during this pandemic. So we are in the middle of pandemic, and if you're going to set goals that need you to do something in 3 months or in 4 months, you're going to have a problem, because as we've seen, by the start of this year, it looks like it might be another year that's unpredictable. So set goals that you can do or achieve in a day or in a week or in 2 weeks time. Don't do longer term goals, because you might be stuck or you might be in trouble, given if this vaccine works or if it doesn't work, we don't know which direction the whole world is going to go. So just keep that in mind when you are obviously setting your goals up for 2021. Or if you've already set up your goals, rework and see, are they achievable? Are they realistic with what's going on? Do I need to replan or regroup or re-strategize? That is tip number 4. And tip number 5, create a plan of action. I know it is very difficult, obviously, to plan anything with what's going on, but we know now that every so often, especially if you're in the UK, they might announce that, okay, we're coming back out of the lockdown. So your plans or your plan of action to achieve your goals need to work around what's already happening. So you do these 5 things, and I promise you, you might have a better year than you had last year. I hope you have found this video helpful with the few tips that I've shared with you guys. And if you've liked the video, please make sure you give us a thumbs up. But also, if you're new to my channel and you like the type of content that I've delivered today, don't forget to subscribe, but also do hit that bell button so that you can get notified every time I post a video. But other than that, I will see you guys on my next video, which will be next Wednesday. Bye!